What a beautiful cast. Aberdeen, keep it going for the cast of Doctor Who.
Get both
high.
cheeks on.
There we go.
This is gonna happen in installments.
Uh-oh.
Making yourself comfortable. Well, if you guys are just joining us for the first time, thank you for being here. We're going to talk to the cast for a little bit. Then there are microphones here on the left and on the right, and I see you guys are already lined up with hopefully some good questions. Feel free to introduce yourselves when you do. But lady and gentlemen, how have you been enjoying Comic-Con Aberdeen so far? How's the day been for you?
Very good. It's lovely to come so far north, actually. Because we usually do Edinburgh, Glasgow up here, don't we? But we've not been so far north, so it's been great.
It's really friendly. Because that's not always guaranteed, but this is a really friendly one.
Good.
You're all dead nice.
You've been very kind and asking me all day, are you enjoying Aberdeen? And I've said, I've seen the airport.
Yeah.
I've seen this aircraft hangar. And I've met a lot of very nice people. And that's what Aberdeen is for me as well. Nice people. So thank you for supporting the convention. Thank you for still, look at them. They're all Doctor Who. They care about us. Thank you very much for continuing to care and looking after two old codgers and some young people on my left.
Oh, right. I was wondering where they were. I knew they weren't here. Yeah, no, it's great to come to Aberdeen. First time I ever came to Aberdeen, I was 11. I walked through the station and I was greeted with, "Hello there, wee coiny." I've never got over it. It's grand to be back.
Wonderful. Yes, Becky, you can keep applauding. Yes, beautiful answer. Well, as you can see here, there's so much cosplay that happens when it comes to Doctor Who, and everyone has such pride in dressing up as the characters. But Sophie, I'll start with you, and then we'll go down the line. Hopefully that's okay. What do you think it is about Doctor Who that spans so many generations, and what is it about the show that really resonates with people most?
It's ace.
Is that it?
Yeah. That's
accept
it.
that. We'll
That's
accept
my
that.
answer.
It's ace. No, it's not. It's 8. Oh. There you go. It's 8. 2 can play at that game.
That's
Go on,
9.
lad.
It's 6th heaven.
Okay.
Your turn.
Hell. I've no idea what they're talking about.
Actually, a proper answer is probably that what other show ever in the history of TV, you can go anywhere in space and time, your characters can be played by anybody, and you've got carte blanche to do anything with the show.
When's she taking over? Carte blanche.
That's Kate Blanchett.
Oh, good. All right. Oh, great. She's awfully bonny.
No, she's not Bonnie. You've had a companion called
Oh, yes,
Bonnie
and she was
already.
called Bonnie. Yes. She was Bonnie as well. We're all talking pure Scots now. We're talking Bonnie. We've only been here 5 minutes, and we speak the language.
What's going on? Don't encourage him. Honest to God, don't encourage him. What?
I don't know if you wanted to expound upon that. Just what do you think it is about the show that resonates with so many people? You know, is it sci-fi, the escapism of it all?
Well, it beats me, quite frankly. If we knew the answer, we'd all be writing shows exactly like it. And other people have tried. It was timing. When it first came out, it was state-of-the-art. It was brand new. And 3 years later, when it might have died, a very clever actor called Patrick Troughton did the first regeneration. Here. And as a result, the whole programme was turned on its head, but remained exactly the same. And everybody loved it. And the love has got greater as the years have gone by. Who doesn't like a bit of escapism? Eh?
Yeah.
What? So it was like. So it was touch and go then. It might not have worked. You mean? When Troughton did
the next actor who came along
Yeah.
Might have been one of us instead, and it might have died a death.
Well, yeah.
No, but it's because he was so different
Yeah.
and did something new and interesting. He was a great actor.
Yeah.
And that first regeneration was the key, I think, to make it last forever. If it hadn't been a good one, you'd be looking at an empty stage.
Yeah.
Under the sun, they say there are 5 or 6 stories, and mankind's genius is to retell them again and again in various different ways. And one of those stories is about someone coming outside the world. Some other alien form, some god or other comes down, takes on the form of a human being, and fights against evil. That's one of those stories, and that's one of the ingredients of Doctor Who. That's why it's magic.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much. We've got many questions waiting to be asked. Did you want to go ahead and...
No, you can't beat that, can you? Really?
Oh, did you not yours? Did you not answer yours? Sorry, I beg your pudding. I couldn't see you for here.
There's a rather annoying noise on my right.
Yeah. What? Why are you looking at me?
I don't know if I interrupted you.
Okay. No, you never know. Honest to God. You'd know if you'd interrupted me.
Okay, dokie. Duly noted. We have a question here on the right. Hello, sir.
Hiya, my name's
Hiya.
Stephen. All of you obviously brought something completely new to the role, but was there anything that you looked back on past incarnations and thought, nah, I need to keep that in my incarnation of the Doctor? And Sophie, did you look back on other companions when you were doing Ace?
Complicated, really, isn't it?
What?
It's complicated.
I can start because mine's
Yeah.
easy. No. I'm not going to just give one-word answers, by the way. No, because Ace was a new character. She was unique. As an actor, what you do is you read the script, and that's what informs your characterization and your your whole. It's different in the case of the Doctors because they're playing the same person, but for the companion, there was the script of Dragonfire. There was that's what informed my interpretation of the character in that story, and still goes on actually in Big Finish stories. I play all different ages of Ace and versions of Ace, but it always comes from the script.
I said, anyway, no, well, for me, the problem was I hadn't seen it for years and years and years. The last time I watched Doctor Who was just the first few episodes of Tom Baker's, and I became an actor then, and worked whenever it was on television. There was no means of recording it, and I lost touch with it. So when I got the role, I had the very distant memory of Patrick Troughton, and they gave me the key and the script and the TARDIS and said, get on with it. So that's it really. Although when echoes did come through, so I must have seen bits of other Doctors, because I remember I thought, oh, that's a John Pertwee bit, or that I felt little bits, or maybe there were just ghosts of them coming to me while I was doing it, kind of. I felt this was a Colin Baker bit. Most of it was a Colin Baker bit because it had been written for Colin Baker, but he forgot to turn up and I had to play his part.
Has the noise on my right stopped? Have you stopped? Good. I'm going to take issue with you, Sophie, because you've said a companion is a whole new character, so you can be what you like. But the Doctor's always the same. He's always the Doctor. In fact, the Doctor is always the Doctor, and the companion is always the companion. And in that sense, they're playing the same, fulfilling the same role. So the Doctor can be anything. That's the joy of it. When he regenerates, whatever you bring to that role, which is the same as the companion, actually, whatever you bring is what the Doctor is now. Because the Doctor, the way it's played, isn't about what the Doctor stands for. They all stand for the same thing. But what they do and how they do it can and should be completely different.
You've completely persuaded me.
Well, maybe we should ask
right.
our friend, as a fan or as a watcher, what do you think? This isn't like question time, innit? Well, we send your question back to you.
You kind of just pulled the Uno reversal card on me there. But honestly, I don't know. I guess something that you guys all stuck with was the whole enthusiastic kind of over analyzing, but kind of comedic as well at the same time, but knowing when there was a time to be serious. I think that's kind of what I saw.
That's good. That's true.
Following forward.
That is true. And when people have done it before you, so you're a little bit keyed up. You kind of got big shoes to fill. Well, not in my case, McCoy's shoes to fill, but big Crocs to fill. Yeah.
More, go on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
No.
Is there somewhere, I've got a hot cup of coffee in my hand.
Yeah.
I want to put it down.
What
But
do
you
you
know,
need?
because it's so hot. Oh,
There.
That's what the
Round of
companion
applause
does.
for Sophie.
That's a companion.
Once a companion, always a companion.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
I was thinking I'm going to be stuck with this all the way through. Thank you. Youth over experience.
Thank you
Should
so
we
much.
take one from that side?
Yes, please. We have a question here on the left. Hiya.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Noah. I
Hi.
have a question for Sophie and all of you. So for all of you, are any of you returning for the 60th?
We don't know yet.
We haven't heard. We presume
We
not.
haven't heard. It-
Unless someone else.
I
has.
think we'd all like to, wouldn't we?
Oh,
But-
definitely.
but
Yeah.
the way it always works is that we won't know it's going to happen probably till the summertime when they shoot it. So that's
Haven't
the
they
answer.
done them though?
No.
The specials.
No, I don't think he means that.
What does he mean?
Should we ask him what he
60th.
means?
What do you mean? The 60th?
The 60th.
60th anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, the
No.
actual, what, like a convention or something like that?
No,
No,
the
but
Doctor
there will
Who
be a
number
show,
60 years next
in
year.
November this year, there will be a
Oh.
60th anniversary show.
Oh yeah, I
And
know
are we
all
gonna be
about
in
it.
it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know everything. Yeah. They've told me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just keeping it a secret.
So clearly Sophie's in it.
Yeah.
I'm wearing no.
You only pretend to know nothing
Plainly, yeah,
if
well,
you know
that's
everything.
it.
And we really do know nothing.
Yeah.
Go on, spill the beans, Sophie. Tell us.
I have no idea. Not a clue.
And
But
if
I-
we
but-
did, we wouldn't tell you. So I'm telling you now, I'm not in it.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh yes, it was great. She was such good fun. She came bounding onto the set and said, "Hello, everybody! Oh, it's great to meet you." And then when we saw her at the screening of The Power of the Doctor, she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She said, I was so subdued because I was so ill because she'd had morning sickness. I thought, crikey, if that was her subdued, then goodness knows what she's like on a normal day. No,
Yeah.
it was really, really lovely to work with her.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great
Cheers,
question.
Noah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. Very polite crowd here in Aberdeen. We have a question here on the right. Hello.
And this question is for all the doctors.
Go on then.
Who is your favourite doctor except for yourselves?
Jodie.
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 3 Jodies. 4 Jodies. No,
I never
not
thought I'd
doctor.
ever fancy a doctor.
And Sophie, who is your favourite doctor except from
What's his
This
name?
lot.
I forgot.
What's his name?
What's his name again?
Anyone remember who?
Sylvester.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
Of course, it's Colin Paul.
Colin Paul.
Colin Paul.
Yeah.
This is how wars
Appalling
started.
call.
Quite right, too.
Thank you.
Well,
You-
as I was saying before, they're all the same person. So
Who's your favourite
All
doctor,
of
by
them.
the way?
Oh, he's gone.
No, he hasn't. He's right here, but
My favourite doctor is Peter Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi.
His
Good
favourite
answer.
doctor's Peter bleeping Capaldi.
Is it because he's Scottish? Yeah.
I'm Scottish as well, you know.
You're just pretending. No, you're not. Where do you live?
He's
England. blooming
My
England.
heart's in the heelings, my heart isn't here. My heart's in the heelings, a chasing some wee lovely deer.
Great question. Thank you. Another question here on the left.
Hello, my name's Isaac, and I was just wondering what it's like to be part of one of the most iconic TV series in history.
Wicked.
What was the question, sorry?
What's it like being in one of the most iconic
TV series.
TV series in history?
Oh, you mean still game? Archie's out! That's, it's great. It's great to be in it. I mean, it really is. As you can imagine, really.
It's great. It's
I mean, what's
great.
great also is the love, the fandom around the world is just astonishing. And we've all travelled extensively, thanks to Doctor Who, but also thanks to you fans all over the world for inviting us just to try and meet us. It's wonderful. It's great.
Hear, hear.
Thank you. Thanks to the fans.
It's great. We're very lucky because we're actors, and actors like to act. And I think we are uniquely lucky because I'm not sure all carpenters and all plumbers and all bus conductors, if they exist anymore, want to do that every day of their lives. I think I'm speaking on behalf of most actors that we genuinely look forward to going to work every day of our professional lives. And if you add to that, you've got a part in which is arguably the best programme on television, What's Not to Like. I genuinely did look forward to going to work every single day. And it was hard work sometimes, but it was work that we love. So what's it like? Fabulous.
Hello.
Yeah,
What a
Did
well-dressed
Did I not
young
answer
man.
it?
What?
It's hard to tell.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me. All right. Next.
Next question here on the right.
what was the most memorable part of being part of the show? What was your most memorable moment on the show?
Getting paid. No, actually, funnily enough, I won't tell that story. Well, I was in the pub. I just got the job, and a friend of mine, we were chatting, and he said to me, "Oh, you're working for the BBC. Oh, you've got this Doctor Who job. You're going to build a Rolls Royce." And I was explaining to him. I wasn't complaining. I was explaining to him, yes, the money's good, but it's not like Hollywood. It's not that, it's not Universal. It's, that's what it's like, really. Next day, someone had overheard me in the pub and reported me to the Sun newspaper. And said, and it was the headline came out, "New Doctor Who complains about his wages." So that was incredibly embarrassing. I hadn't even done the job. So I went into the studio, and John Nathan Turner's boyfriend Gary came up to me and said, "Yes, we've seen the newspaper." I thought, "Oh God, I'm getting sacked." And then he said, "But don't worry." He said, "Look at it like this. What it's like is, it's like fat dripping off a pig." And that's what it was like, because it just drip, 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 and it's still dripping, and you're helping us drip by asking us here. Thank you.
Don't worry, I understand.
Beam me up, Scotty.
The money is like drip, drip, drip off a pig.
Good Lord.
That was all right. You're not big. It carried on longer than when normally a job gets paid.
Right.
Beat that.
Why did I answer that question? Can you tell me? Why did you ask it?
What was the question?
Yeah, what was it?
What was the most memorable part of being part of the show?
All right.
All right. Well, I'm going to be serious now. When someone genuinely tells you, and I bet this has happened as well, that my life was a mess, I was contemplating killing myself, and I watched an episode of Doctor Who, and it made me have hope that there was something else worth living for. And that has been said to me. And if that doesn't make it worth doing, what will?
I know, I agree. I would agree. We've all had that.
Yeah.
We have a question here on the left.
Hiya, I was wondering if you could have an episode with any doctor, with original actor, which doctor would it be and who would you go against?
Well,
Right.
we had episodes together just recently. It was great to work with. But I mean, I don't know. That's a horrible question to ask, I think. It's bleh. All of them. Oh yeah. How many doctors are 235 now? I've forgotten. I've lost count.
On the planet Earth, yes.
Yeah.
But
you mean
other planets?
Other
there's
planet? Oh no.
Millions of them.
Yeah.
Peter Cushing.
Well, good.
In that big colour film. That they made
Controversial.
Well, you know, in the 60s, because I saw it when I was a little kid. And I can still remember the excitement of seeing it all in colour. And there he was. How many did he do? Did he do one or two? Did he do two? Yeah, him.
Yeah.
And to go up against them Daleks in colour. There you go.
My Daleks were in colour.
So are mine.
Not the way I saw them.
Not in Technicolor.
Not in Technicolor.
Yeah, right.
Not in three-strip Technicolor. Nah. Peter Cushing. He who must never be mentioned.
Jodie. I'd love to do it with Jodie.
We did it with Jodie.
And who would I... No, a proper... Not without you lot in as well.
No. Mean.
Just me and Jodie. And I'd have to go up against the Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
Because I could teach her that there's only one doctor who knows how to deal with weeping angels. You change eyes. Simps. And then Jodie and I could go and have dinner together while the weeping angels all go, bum.
Thank you. You look great. We'll go to a question here on the right, please. Hiya.
Hi there, guys. My name is Chris. You guys have kept the show alive for so many years through Big Finish. I was wondering, do you have any favourites that you would have liked to have done in live action? If you remember, all of the ones you've been in.
Of the big finishes, yeah, Zagreus definitely. Sharda, when we did Sharda, I'd love to. Because that was going to be an episode, wasn't it? Or wasn't it an episode that never got finished or something?
They started filming it.
They started filming it, yeah. Sharda, definitely. Zagreus, definittle
Because I've always wanted to see Storm Warning done.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cracker.
Yeah. Or recently these stranded ones. Those ones. Any of you?
Any of mine?
Any of yours, darling?
I had a companion called... what was her name?
You made it sound like a sandwich then. I had a companion.
I had a companion.
And a bowl of soup.
With a bit of lettuce.
Yeah.
What was her name? My lovely elderly companion.
Maggie.
Who?
Evelyn.
Yeah, her.
Evelyn.
Yeah.
Senior moment.
And she was great for my doctor because she was equal in every way. She was brainy. She put him down. She told him to shut up. And it was a great relationship. And there was her leaving story was called Arrangements for War. And I defy anyone to listen to the last few minutes of that without crying.
Okay.
Just a lovely story. Zagreus was good as well.
Protect and Survive, which was a sort of like
the public information film.
Yeah, it was. It was about a nuclear what to do in the event of a nuclear war.
Yeah.
That was me. And,
cheery old thing.
Yeah, it was with Hex, who was a companion who didn't appear on TV, but he could have done. You know, it was great. And then there's a trilogy that we did, Sylvester. There was one called Afterlife, which had I think the whole of one episode was me shouting at the doctor through a door. Maybe that wouldn't have been so dramatic on TV. But yeah, there's loads of them that I'd love to have done. And when we're doing it, I don't know about you, but I can always imagine myself. I'm in the scene.
Yeah.
I'm kind of painting the picture for myself as we're.
But most often the
recording.
beauty of the audios is that you could never shoot them on TV or film because you couldn't afford to. You know, because the special effects are almost limitless. When it's your imagination filling in the gaps, you can't film that. Even Elon Musk couldn't afford that.
And when someone says, "That's the most good-looking man I've ever seen in my life," on television, 90% of the audience are going, "Well, he's not all that." Well, on
he's
audio,
not bitter at all, is he?
On audio, they're going, "Right, him." Yeah. And you've all got your own image, and that's it. You are much more of an active participant in the audios than you're spoon-fed a bit on television.
Yeah.
And quite
spoons.
Right.
Someone mentioned spoons.
Someone mentioned spoons. McCoy's awake.
No.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Oh, please, no, please. Let's bear the scars. You've got them with you?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. There is a God.
I'm sure they're around somewhere. But anyway, I can't remember. My problem is, you get the script, you mark it up, you read it, and you go home, and I can't remember which ones I've been in, really. But a lot of them.
Which of your houses, you mean, when you go home?
Yeah. Yeah. How did you know? Shh, keep it quiet. It's still dripping, you see.
Yes, the pig is still dripping.
Get a question here on the left.
Hi guys, I'm Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Aberdeen. I hope you're having a great time.
Thank you.
I've got a question for you all. For the doctors, what assistant would you have if you were to replace your own assistant? And for Ace, what doctor would you rather other than the original doctor you have?
Well, I'd
These are
defo have
horrible
Ace.
Colin Paul.
Ace, I think we'd all have Ace, wouldn't we, if we could have Ace?
I wouldn't say no.
You're not,
guys.
She's mine.
But she deserves better.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there's no chance of her going to you then.
And yeah, call Paul.
Colin Paul.
Call Paul.
Colin Paul.
Cold Paul.
Thank you.
You know what you give to kids when they got a cold?
But there are so many companions that it really is invidious. But
Yeah.
I'd love to know what happened if the Sixth Doctor and Leela got together. I think that would have been...
What, and there was a love child kind of thing?
No. If Leela was the Sixth Doctor's companion,
I see.
a savage. Yes.
Yeah, we'll
Been
never
interesting.
know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
I got together with Leela. We were doing, you remember that charity thing we did, which was a mix-up between EastEnders and Doctor Who?
Yeah.
And
Dimensions in Time.
Yeah, God, it was terrible. But they used a special camera. They wanted to try and get a 3D way of doing it, shooting it. But this camera had an attachment. It was plugged in, and so they couldn't move it around quite freely. So Leela, Louise and I were chatting to each other, and they decided they're going to film it in a circle like that, which was great. So as they did it, they got... we were like together. Sophie's gone, do you have to play this part? Because we were here, and the camera kept going round, and of course it had this tail, so the tail kept bringing us closer and closer, and then we ended up like this. God, it was wonderful. That's how... Thank you, that was even wonderful again.
Reenactment.
Yeah.
We have a question here on the right.
Hi, hello, I'm Andrew, and this is a question for all of you. Who was your favourite guest star?
Oh, gosh.
Bernard Cribbins. The late, great Bernard Cribbins. We only just lost him, didn't we? He only died a few months ago. Yeah. So another great thing about doing Doctor Who, you get to work with your heroes. Definitely Bernard Cribbins. What a career he had. And of all the things he ever did, Burglar Bill. Are there any parents in the room that remember Burglar Bill?
I remember Burglar Bill.
Burglar Bill.
Yeah.
He voiced this children's story. Anyway, Burglar Bill. I'm just saying, take that with you. Burglar Bill, work of genius. Bernard Cribbins.
One of my children used to call it Bugger Bill.
Boggly Ball, yeah, because he does it.
What do you want to watch? Bugger Bill.
Yeah. Genius.
Gosh.
A polite smattering of applause.
We had so many.
A muffled titter ran to the crowd.
Sylvester would not be able to do scenes looking in the eyes of many people, including T.P. McKenna. You loved, didn't you?
Yes, there was lots of corpsing went on. Now, who was Briars? Richard Briars? Yes. Because he was in one of the ones I did. And I mean, again, I just wept. We just couldn't look at each other.
Another subtle performance, wasn't it?
Oh, yes. Well, it made me look subtle anyway. But it was great fun. It was just such fun working with a lot of the guests. It's very difficult.
Simon Williams.
These are all very difficult questions where you've got to be
someone
against someone else.
Kate O'Mara springs to my mind.
Oh, she sprung out of my mind. I mean, my spoon sprung out of hers. I got to play her front. No, it wasn't my fault. It was John Nathan Turner. Because we were filming, and then after the filming, we did the filming before we actually did the studio. He had a party, because John liked a party. And Bonnie got up and she sang she did her party piece, and she was knockout, and I pathetically played the spoons. And then John Nathan Turner came up and said, "We've got to have that in Doctor Who. Blame John Nathan Turner." And so I ended up having to play my spoons on Kate O'Mara's front. My goodness, did they bounce.
Sorry, this is not a very woke panel, I'm afraid.
I'm half asleep. I never actually understood what woke up. You just wake up. But woke is.
Time for just a few more questions. We'll go to this one on the left here. Hello.
Say again?
Working with that guy.
Yeah. I echo that, really.
Yeah, I'll second that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we worked together too, didn't we?
Yeah,
Yes.
for that couple of weeks, when we did the what they now call the movie.
I know. And
we were there for the first 2 weeks together, weren't we?
Yeah,
That was a hoot.
it was great.
That's my favourite memory.
And
you held my hand, didn't you, while I learned how to do it?
Oh, God.
So to
You
speak.
flatter me. No, I mean, sadly, Colin didn't have that experience because he didn't turn up to work with me. So I ended up doing him in as well.
Favourite memory?
Not working with Sylvester McCoy. Yeah, that was a blessed release.
Thank you so much.
You think he's joking?
Another question right over here on the right. Hiya.
Hello, I'm John. Just a question for all of you. What is your favourite episode in Doctor Who during the years?
Ever?
Ever. Yeah.
Easy. The Empty Child and the Doctor Dances. An Eccleston story, and right at the end he said, and the best thing about it is everybody lives. And I thought that sums up what Doctor Who should be and is about. And I just thought it was a brilliant comeback.
Well said.
And the next day, I was in a local primary school, where I'm a governor of, I was, and all the kids in the playground were going around going, "Are you my mummy?" And I knew the programme was safe and was back. Brilliant.
That's it. Beat that.
Follow that.
Can't think.
I love that story too. The only thing was that my boys were little, and so they didn't watch Doctor Who because it was too scary. So my husband and I recorded it and waited for them to go to bed, and we were watching in the dark, and there was the stuff about, "Are you my mummy?" and everything, and it was quite chilling. And at that moment, I heard a noise from upstairs, so I went out into the darkened hallway, and there at the top of our stairs, silhouetted against the window, was my younger son, who was about 5 or 6 at the time, saying, "Mummy! Mummy!" And he'd woken up, he had a nightmare or something, but it took me something to walk up those stairs to hug my own child.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Weeping Angels, that was a good one. The one with the Weeping
Brilliant,
Angels.
that one.
I nearly got run over, and I was in Sweden. I came out of the English bookshop. I'd done a signing. It was dark, very dark, and there was a church steeple, and on it there was an angel just looking like a weeping angel. And I looked up at it, and I tried not to blink as I walked past it. And I walked into the road and nearly got run down.
We're going to do two final questions. We'll go here and then we'll close it out with Mason. Let's do question first here on the left, this lovely lady.
Hi, I was just wondering who your favourite companion was in Doctor Who.
Favourite what?
Companion.
It's got to be Ace.
Ace!
It's got to be Ace.
Bonnie! I've got to say both. That's a horrible question. If you've had lots of companions, because I don't like those questions.
Which is your favourite leg?
I would probably say Donna.
What, you got a leg called Donna? What's the other leg called?
I would say my favourite companion is Donna Noble.
All right. Who's that? Oh, David. Oh, that man, it doesn't want to be a Scotsman.
Ooh. Ooh.
when he got the part, I got newspapers phoning me up saying, "Hey, it's terrible. Do you hear this new guy, David Tennant? He's not going to do it in a Scottish accent. What do you think of that?" And I thought, oh dear, how do you answer that question? And then I suddenly thought, I know why. Because he can do it in a Scottish accent. It's much more difficult to do it in an English one, and he wants to prove himself. I mean, it's like John Connery, one of the great actors we've got, Sean Connery. When he's an Irishman, I am an Irishman. When he's a Russian, I'm a Russian. When he's an Egyptian, I'm an Egyptian. The thing is, he can't do any accents, and I am this accent. And I said, so David Tennant wanted to prove to the world that a Scotsman can do other accents. I rest my case.
I didn't know you could do a Sean Connery impression. Well done. Well done. We have one final question, and I'm very pleased to say that it's my buddy Mason. Give it up for Mason, everybody.
Hey,
Mason!
He is, I think, the biggest Doctor Who fan going. Mason, go ahead, buddy.
Right, yes. Yeah, the last guy back here asked my question, so, what was your favourite line? Like, the joy is to watch them fly and, that type of thing.
Favorite line?
Favorite line?
Yeah.
Well, we know what your favorite line is.
Yeah.
The one you've just told us.
Ace! I didn't have to learn it very hard.
Who are you calling small?
Is that what you did to Colin when he called me small?
What's mine? Oh, these shoes. They fit.
Oh,
That
the shoes
one.
line.
Yeah.
Has to be the shoes line.
I am the Doctor, whether you like it or not.
Did you have to, was that yours?
What a beautiful way to end the panel. Mason, thank you for your question and your dedication. Give it up for Mason again, everybody.
Yay.
He's the star of the show. We love him.
Mason's going to be the showrunner in 10 years.
Yes. He'll be at the autograph table. Just want to say thank you from everyone here in Aberdeen for being so amazing and sharing your stories and being a part of everyone's childhoods and adulthoods as well. Any final words for all of your fans here in Aberdeen before we let you get back to the autographs?
Safe journey home.
Yes.
Safe journey home.
Why is it dangerous in Aberdeen?
Yeah.
Aye, that's it. Safe journey home.
Be nice to each other.
Yeah.
You're all you've got.
Well,
They're telling you that your pig is dripping.
That pig's still dripping, lad.
The pig is dripping.
Thank you.
Look, the pig's dripping behind him, look. You'd have to
We
say
love
that.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Aberdeen, keep it going for the cast of Doctor Who. Paul, Sophie, Colin, and Sylvester. What an amazing panel. Thank you so much, everybody.